Hey everyone, can everyone hear me? Yeah, there's no webcam today. I do apologise. Like literally just before the stream started, I was like, okay, let's plug the webcam back in because I lent it to a friend. And it's not working. It's weird because like the computer recognises there's a webcam here. It recognises the webcam. Hey everyone, can everyone hear me? But it what's the word? Yeah, it's not turning on. Like, it knows it's connected. I updated the drivers are fine. I've tried different USB slots, so I have no idea what's wrong with the webcam. So the webcam is out this stream. Hopefully I'll fix it, or I'll have to buy another one for next stream, but that's why we have not got a actual what's the word, I can't think of it, a webcam, so deal with it. We seem to have some people kind of filing into the chat, which is good to see. We have a whole 3 people watching. This is excellent by our stream standards. So Skeletor's Rose, great to see you in as always. Always one of the first to streams. So chapter 87 happened. Anyone that caught my chapter review yesterday would probably Tuesday would probably know I love this chapter, and I'm glad that people. The general consensus I've seen on the chapter is that everyone seems to love this chapter as well, which is great to hear because, a lot of people have been saying beforehand that round 10 was going to be a bad round because Okuta was in it, so it's good to see that Okuta is winning people over. Abudi is here, great to see you, man. What's good, lads? I'm about to get on the train, so let me make myself know now, and I'll come back to you all. Life is life. You get on that train. Yeah. AMV University, great to see you as well. We've got a lot of the usuals in, which is cool to see. If anyone just joining now, yeah, there's no webcam this stream. TLDR webcam's broken, so I didn't realise till like a few minutes ago. So we are dealing with the thumbnail being the background, so deal with it. So, oh great, we've got 8 people. That is actually really good by our standards. So yeah, what do people think of the chapters? Or more, yeah. What do people think of the chapter overall? And have you got any specific things in the chapter? What I really liked was the Susanoo moment at the end, where he's just, I'm wielding all the swords, and he's just using all the sword styles. That to me, that's the kind of like over the top kind of anime-ish moment, but it's still really cool that I really like. So I'm very glad we're getting that. AMV University, Okuta be Luffy with that gear too. Oh my. I'm ashamed I didn't make that connection. But yeah, it is just gear 2, isn't it? Oh, that's funny, that. Okay, yeah, I did not make that connection at all. But that is hilarious. Anyone that reads... Does anyone here read Requiem of Shogun? I don't know, because Requiem of Shogun, it doesn't have full translations in English. Does it have a Spanish... Some language has actual, like, scanlations of Requiem of Shogun. So anyone that does, is that a thing in that manga? Does Okuta have weird heart powers in that, or is that just the Wreck of the Ragnarok thing? I really don't know. The first thing to say that the Susanoo all sword stance are really cool. Yes, I know, right? It's so cool. It's as I say, it's a really over the top anime moment, but it's very, very cool. I also love. I have been enjoying pissing off the power scalers, because you could use this. You could power scale this. Use this chapter to power scale Okuta like over Poseidon. It's not foolproof scaling, but it's very funny, and it's better speed scaling than they do by counting after images. So I'm very enjoying the fact that the Poseidon fans are getting put in their place a bit, and the Okuta fans are rising up because Okuta needs it. Very interesting though that when his disease got mentioned this chapter, they just called it the disease or his disease, which would indicate to me that it probably isn't tuberculosis, which means retroactively my prediction that his tuberculosis wouldn't actually be important to his character. Maybe it's actually right, because I never said disease, I said tuberculosis specifically. So if it isn't tuberculosis, that means my prediction was actually correct. Although a big thing is, I guess another thing is that since it's such a swordsmanship-focused fight, we obviously have the history's greatest swordsman, Sasaki, watching with Musashi, which is really fun. We're getting to see these two together. But it brings up the point. How the hell's Okuta going to win this? Because it's either Okuta's just outstat Susanoo is one option. Or maybe his Kendo is just it's just really, really strong. I don't know. So because you'd think if Susanoo's the master of all sword styles, then he should be better at Okuta's style than Okuta. So that's a bit interesting. Anime Master has dropped into chat. Hey man, good to see you. Yeah, I'm just rambling about the chapter at the moment because nobody's doing any good engagement at the moment. So, it's coming onto my streaming ability to be entertaining by basically just repeating what I said on my chapter review. Like, doing the chapter reviews is good because, more views. But it does kind of dry up what I have to say on stream because pretty much everything I wanted to say on stream I would have said in the chapter review. If that makes sense. Also, you might find this funny. If anyone watched Monday's video, which was on why the gods will not win Ragnarok, which it was just an excuse for me to talk about the original sin stuff and how it's subverted. That's really cool. Yeah, that video got age restricted, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's because I showed artwork of like traditional Adam and Eve from the Bible where they are naked. So that's fun. So we've had a stream censored, and now we have had a video censored because I showed Adam and Eve imagery. So that's fun. It's like a double-edged sword though, because yeah, it's a shame it's age restricted because less monetization. But I guess most of the people watching my channel are 18 plus anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But the video didn't do particularly well anyway, so it's not like I'm losing. It's not like I got a reduced monetization like a really popular video, so that's cool. But that's just me venting about YouTube being stupid. I guess another thing to say is, round 9 was pretty, what was it, round 8 ended, and then next chapter, we were doing the round 9 stuff. And we got right into it. The fact that we've taken so many chapters to get really into the action of round 10 makes me feel this probably is going to be one of the longer matches. Because, if you reread the series a lot, which I happen to do for videos, you notice that even though round 9 gets talked about, oh my god, round 9 is so short, round 9's not that short, in the grand scheme of the series. It's just that, round 4's just round 4 compared to rounds 3, 2, and 1 is horrendously long. It's so much longer than those guys. It's just a lot longer. And it kind of sets a precedent where from that point on, the longer rounds are just kind of a thing. And round 9's closer to the first 3 rounds in length. But I think that's just kind of an outlier. And I think this round will just, be a longer round again. Where we're up to Skeletor's Rose. This chapter just started, but I'm kind of sad this round is already getting more love than round 9. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. For me, round 9 is my 4th favorite fight. I don't know, which is an unpopular opinion. Most people do not have it in their upper half of rounds. I'd love round 9. I feel like my love for round 9 is quite subjective. I feel a big part of why round 9 is why I like round 9 so much is because most of my time as a Ragnarok content creator has happened during the span of round 9. I made videos, my first Ragnarok videos were during the time of round 8, but it's only after round 8 ended and I did my big analysis video that is where a lot of people, I imagine, are subscribed to the channel for. It's my most viewed video by far, and that obviously got a lot of Ragnarok viewers onto the channel, and then all the rest of my content has been throughout round 9. So, I've got a big connection to round 9 because I was a lot more involved with the community during round 9. So, but even so, it is a shame that round 9 is people are already saying round 10 is better. I obviously don't think that because we've had 2 chapters, so it's not really the same. But I can definitely see round 10 surpassing round 9 in my opinion. It has if it's done right, it has the makings of being a top 2, top 3 round, which sounds like really high praise. But everything so far has been great. A lot of my criticisms of recent rounds, bad or limited spectating, we've already had that dilemma solved. Not enough build up to the fight. We've had quite a few chapters to build up to the fight. A lot of issues I've had in previous rounds are being rectified. Doesn't mean it's going to hit all my criticisms for other rounds. I do hope both get actually fleshed out backstories. But there's a lot that could still go wrong. But I'm optimistic, and Okuta obviously does have that author bias, so I do think his round is going to be good. Susanoo is also the final Japanese god, so you expect some good things. I was rambling way too long there, but not many other comments have come in, so it's not too bad. I haven't read the chapter yet. I'll read while listening to you talk. Oh, sorry, Anime Master. I will. Yeah. Hurry up and read it. I don't want to spoil it for you because it's such a cool chapter. AMV University, gentlemen, how are we doing? I'm doing really well, minus the webcam not working. But yeah, hope you're doing good too. Today's been a fairly busy day work-wise, and I finished early so I could stream, but then I've got a message from a client. He's like, can you do this thing last minute? So I'm like, I'll have to edit it after stream, so I'm working after stream, which is fun. So the stream can't be too long, just because I'm going to have to edit a video for someone afterwards. Which is also, I'm mentioning a video on the One Punch Man trailer for Season 3. Has anyone seen that yet? Because it looks amazing. I know this is a Ragnarok stream, but I'm just going to gush for a minute about how cool it looks. The animation is slick. All we saw was Garo versus Bug God and Royal Ripper, and it looks amazing. So if you haven't seen it, watch it, because One Punch Man Season 3 is going to be hype. Oh, Cat, do you want to go out? Sorry about that. Had to do the classic letting the cat out, but I guess when there's no webcam, it's not clear I'm doing that. Maybe it was just too much hype placed on Leo, but wish we could have seen more from him. Yeah, Leo has what I fear Simo might also have, which is fan expectations. And the issue with the fan expectations is everyone hype the story the story does hype Leonidas up slightly. He is one of the 3 names that is shown before round 3. Not to say that Brunhild, not to say he could beat Poseidon or anything. It's just that those 3 were highlighted when referring to Poseidon, who was said to be as strong as Zeus, and those 3 were picked, to hype up their strength. They're meant to be really strong characters. And Nostradamus probably is going to be very, very strong. He might also fall from this issue, same as Simo. And Quincy Chuan was really strong. Leo just got really hard countered. And as you say, it's not... Yeah, Leo's a difficult one yet. But it was a big fan expectation, which, you can't really control. That's not the story's fault that everyone had such high expectations for him. But at the same time, characters like Atom and Tesla, they still lost as well. And people don't, think they're frauds. So, I think, it is a tight line balance between your expectations and the story not delivering. So it's I don't know, it's difficult. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Leo is just an interesting, but yeah, Okuta is the reverse though, where so many people have no expectations for him. So it's gonna be a lot easier for him to be impressive than someone like Leo, who had the double Volant final round expectations. The realist medal, or medal, you did explain it last year. I can't remember how to pronounce your name, sorry. That Okuta 1-2-3 strike. The Okuta 1-2-3 strike is so cool. And it also means if Okuta's throwing out his signature move this early on in the fight, it means he's going to have a lot of these named attacks, I think. Because if you're throwing out your strongest attack, in the first chapter of proper fighting in the round, I think he is going to have a lot of really cool moves, and they're going to get stronger and stronger. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Is it known how much they're adapting in Season 3? I have no idea how much they're adapting in Season 3. I'd imagine... Oh, cat, come on, shush. Stop meowing. I'm trying to think. It depends if it's 12 episodes or 24 episodes. It's probably going to be 12 episodes, because Season 1 and 2 are both 12 episodes. Cat, will you bugger off? Come on, off you go. Sorry, I'm being harassed by the cat, as usual. But yeah, I'd have to look at the chapters, but maybe, how far would we get? I don't know if the chapters work out, but I think a cool moment to end Season 3, actually no, I was going to say it'd be a cool season to end Season 3 in the chapter of all the S-Class getting beaten up by the cadres, but considering that with the redraws moving the Orochi fighter around, it'll just be Sazuma versus Orochi. That'll be the end of Season 3, I'm pretty sure. That seems like that's what it's going to be. just because they move with the redraws, they move shit around. So I assume that will be the end of season 3 of One Punch Man. Sounds like you fixed the sound issue. It's way better. And yes, I've seen the season 3 trailer. Looks cool. Yes, the sound issue. I found out what the issue with the sound issue is, and I don't know why it's an issue. Basically, on my Audacity, I had my recording volume set down for some reason, and for some reason that was affecting OBS as well. I don't know why that would be a thing, but it's a thing. So my recording, I don't know if the recording thing on Audacity changed the actual settings on the mic or something, but it affected OBS. So I don't know why that was a thing, but yeah, that's why the sound's better now. Be careful, even name dropping Poseidon, you'll get the Poseidon Defense Force after you. Luckily, I don't think anybody who regularly watches the streams is a massive Poseidon fan, so that's fine. But yeah, I was like, one of my favorite pastimes is arguing with people in the Ragnarok subreddit, and I was arguing with someone about Poseidon scaling. Basically, it was just my argument that, what was it? My argument was purely that I'm not saying Leonidas beats Poseidon. It's purely that based on the fact that he reacts to the light arrow, he should in theory be able to react to one of Poseidon's strikes, because Poseidon's strikes are slower than the light speed arrow. That's all I said. I just said if he could do his reaction, if he reacted like he did in round 9, he could do it, and the guy just couldn't accept it. He was convinced. I don't know what he was saying, because he wasn't saying Poseidon was fast and light. He was saying he attacks from multiple angles, so it doesn't matter how fast he reacts. And I'm like, yeah, but if he can react, like, Poseidon is attacking, then moving and attacking. He's not doing multiple attacks at once. He's just so fast it looks like it. Anyway, it was a really, really brain dead conversation, and it wasted like a good half an hour of my time, but it was very funny. For him, Sonu, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Okuta, my goat, is finally fighting. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I said it much on the channel. I obviously said it in my prediction video. I was like low-key hoping Okuta would fight Odin, mainly because it would really annoy the Okuta haters. But yeah, him fighting Susanoo is really cool, and it's so cool to see him fight. By the way, have you looked into Smite? And if so, what is your thoughts on it? I had a quick look at Smite, not the kind of deep dive that I really should do. I got a long list of stuff I need to look into, and it looked really cool. It looked pretty dope, if I do say so myself. Like, 1 minute. There was something about it. Yeah, I need to. I've had a dabble. I don't gain much is the issue. So it takes a lot for me to like kind of take the plunge and actually start it. But it does look good, and it does kind of tempt me, if that makes sense. I'm quite I was blown away with just how many pantheons there were. That's what kind of like what's the word? Impressed me was there was some, wasn't there like, oh, they're Babylonian, which is like one of my favorite pantheons, but then they have like Slavic and like what's the African one called? It's like Yoruba or something. Something like that. The funny dual Volon theory for Leo. Yeah, the dual Volon theory has always been so stupid to me, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, because even if we go with the assumption that there's only 13 rounds, yeah, we only go with it. Like, it's just, it wasn't gonna happen. It never was gonna bloody happen. It just really annoys me. Yeah, the double Volon theory is up there with the, what's the other one? There's another, the Hermes poisoned Chin when he gave him his wine, and it was actually mercury or something. It's up there with that level of just brain dead theories that I just kind of like. Rose Smite is how I come up with Alkong. Oh, so Alkong's in it. That's good to see. Yeah, Yoruba. Yoruba? Is that how you say it? Yes, it is African, right? I'm not just making stuff up, right? Oh, that's a good question. What do people think Okuta's Volonda is going to be? Like, because, like, most likely it's going to be a sword. That does seem most likely, especially if, like, we're having a traditional sword fight. But I think it would be cool if it's something else. But will there be a Chin spin-off? There will be a Chin spin-off, it seems. What do you think? Which character do you like to have a spin-off? Yeah, I've heard the rumours that Chin's getting spin-off. I heard rumours as well that Tesla was, but those seem to have died down a bit. I'm not too what's the word? I'm not too knowledgeable on like that kind of stuff. I haven't been keeping my nose too like tight to the door, or whatever the expression is, about what the new spin-offs were going to be. Chin, I think, is one of the better ones I'd like to see, just because Qin Shi Huang had such an interesting life, and Qin Shi Huang is a very charismatic character, and he also has really good dialogue. But it's mainly because he is the king, blah blah blah. It's really easy to write cool and badass dialogue for him, and so because of that, I think he's like a perfect one for the for a one shot. Not one-shot spin-off. Like, I think so many of the characters, though it does seem like we're probably only going to be getting human one-shots, human spin-offs at this rate, because, like, that's 3 in a row now. We could get some god ones, but I feel we're probably getting more humans. I think you could do a cool Adam one. If you did Adam when he arrives on Earth, that could be quite cool. I just think the issue is you'd have a real lack of characters. But if you made, I feel what they need to do is, if they can branch out these spin-offs to be different genres, like if you made Adam's one, like a slice of life comedy about him and Eve raising their kids, that I think would be really, really cool. So that I'd like to see. What other humans? Sasaki could be cool, but we've seen so much of his journey in this flashback. I don't know what you could add too much to Sasaki. Jack, we obviously have. Shiva again, you could, but I don't see the avenues in what is shown in his backstory for a cool story for Shiva. Buddha, you could do a really cool one for. You could do a really cool Buddha one, because like Buddha could just have loads of cool side adventures, because we saw glimpses of the kind of stuff he was doing once he became the Buddha. But there's so much possibility there. Tesla, I think, could be cool if you made it more like a episodic. Him inventing something, it going wrong, him having to fix it by the end. If you made it like a comedy like that, you could. But I don't know if any of these spin-offs are really going to go into the realm of slice of life or comedy or anything like that. But that was a really long-winded way of me saying, yes, I'm very excited if we do get a Qin Shi Huang spin-off. Yeah, I've Smite, and I mostly play it for the mythology part of it, since I normally get washed in online. Yeah, for me, so far from what I've looked into, the mythology bit is definitely the appeal. Gotta get those Kingdom fans for the spin-off. Oh yeah, that's fair. God, Kingdom's been on my read list for so long. I'm almost caught up to Madro Tyson now. I've got like 2 chapters to go. So, and then once that's done, I need to finish How Heavy the Dumbbells You Lift. I've got like 25 chapters of that left. Then I've got to finish 20th Century Boys. I've got about 90 chapters of that. And then all the mangas I'm trying to binge at the moment, I will have finished, and then I'll probably start either Goodnight Pyun or Kingdom. One of those 2 is my next ones. I'm just so slow to read mangas that aren't like weekly. I read like 30 something weekly mangas, so I can do that. I just, when it comes to binging a manga, I just never seem to find the time to sit down and just binge manga. Are you caught up with Kengan Omega? I am caught up as of yesterday's chapter. So yeah, if you've got any questions on the Kengan chapter, go ahead. Not gonna lie, I want a Shiva spin-off just so I can learn more of Hindu mythology, and there is definitely a lot of characters for that. I feel like I said Shiva earlier when I meant to say Raiden, so yeah, I feel like I meant Raiden earlier. I think I said Shiva, but yeah, a Shiva one would be really cool. Mainly because, like, as you said, Hindu mythology is just mad. Like, we all talk about how cool Greek mythology is. Hindu mythology is just another level. It has some. There's such cool. I don't want to say world building because it is a religion at the end of the day, but like, there's some really cool stories within Hindu mythology. Seth, we got to make Athena a feminist just for the dialogue against longest. We're not getting into this weird feminist stuff again. It caused some drama last stream. I would like a Poseidon spin-off. He's a very fascinating protagonist. I think Poseidon could be a really good protagonist. However, I do not want them to make one in a million years, because I know they will not, what's the word? They will, I don't want to say ruin Poseidon's character, but they will not, what makes Poseidon cool, they will not do. Like, I made a video about it. I'm not the biggest fan of Jack's spin-off because to me it degrades it. Not it. What's the word? I'm trying to think of the word here that doesn't make it sound like I'm hating. It diminishes the themes of round 4 a lot by changing Jack in what I feel is quite a fundamental way. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't canonically work. Canonically, it does work. It just changes a lot of the theming around Jack and, like, the portrayal of evil and stuff within round 4. And it weakens round 4 a lot for me. And I feel if we got a Poseidon spin-off, it would weaken round 3 a lot. Because at the end of the day, Poseidon is he's a very flat flat character, and that's obviously on purpose. He's a character that doesn't feel the need to ever develop or change. And I feel if you're having him as a protagonist, he's either number one, they're going to write him to like be like an anti-hero or not be too bad, a bit like Jack, or they'll make him change his personality in some way or show more sides to him. And although that'd be cool, I think again that would really like diminish a lot of what makes round 3 so cool. So I think Poseidon would be cool. I just think they would change Poseidon. That's just my take on it. I'd like Poseidon a lot as a character. I think he's a great character, but I think we got enough of him. I think it would be diminishing. If that makes sense. What are your thinking of King and Omega so far? I'm liking how weird the direction is taking. King and Omega, I just can't predict it at the moment. Like, because obviously we've got 2 tournaments in the making. We've got the second Purgatory tournament. Not Purgatory tournament, Maximum tournament. No, the Maximum tournament's backy. What am I going on about? Annihilation tournament. And then we've got this other one that Jurato's fighting in. But then we've also got this connector stuff. So I don't know where it's going. And I am enjoying it a lot. Undermines. What I mean by it undermines round 4 is that Jack in the spin-off. Like, Jack in the spin-off is not a good guy. Like, let's get that clear. He is still not a good guy. But the fact that Jack is going out of his way to like buy newspapers off poor people to make them feel better, or he's going out of the way to help people and stuff like that, it depicts Jack as a lot more of a anti-hero type character, which is cool. That's fine. But what round 4 really portrays about Jack is that Jack is an incredibly tragic character, but he's not sympathetic. We're not meant to be particularly sympathetic to Jack, even though it's tragic, if that makes sense. He is, like, it's stated so many times in the round, but he is evil. And the series doesn't depict it as black and white as, you know, he is just evil. It's more that it's how he became evil. But at the end of the day, no matter how he became evil, he is still evil. And yes, it's quite a black and white way. It's quite a simplistic way of exploring evil, but, you know, Ragnarok can be simplistic in sides. And Jack is just, like, and, like, it's a lot of things where, like, Jack's biggest, like, Jack likes seeing the emotions of, what's the word? I've got a whole video. Just watch the video on it. I'm not wording this very well. But, like, it's not, it just kind of, it changes how the themes are presented in round 4. Like, if you reread round 4 with the knowledge of the spin-off, it does change a lot of things. Retcon his character is what you mean. You don't want him to retcon his character. It's not so much retconning. It's not that, I guess it is a retcon. It's not retconning in the sense of changing stuff about the character. It's how the character is presented that affects, it's how retroactively it would affect how you view the previous rounds. So if Poseidon, like, you read round 3 with Poseidon right now, it's all cool. Then you get a Poseidon spin-off, and in the Poseidon spin-off, it shows another side of Poseidon where he's actually kind to people that fulfill, he's kind to people for XYZ reason. And because no one that fit this XYZ criteria ever shows up during round 3, there's no reason we'd ever see Poseidon being kind or chill to people that meet this criteria, because that's just not part of the round. So it wouldn't be retconning because we wouldn't know about it. But if you reread round 3 knowing that Poseidon can be really kind to people and all this, it would undermine a lot of what makes Poseidon such a good antagonist in round 3, if that makes sense. I just don't trust the writers to not make Poseidon an anti-hero. That's basically what it comes down to. The Titanomachy spin-off. The Titanomachy spin-off would be so cool. I'd love to see that. Now that's one because that is something you can do while not really, because basically any regular round spin-off that's like a tournament, I think is fine because it's not a character, it's not having a protagonist basically. Is the issue. And if you had a Titanomachy protagonist anyway, it'd be Zeus. And I think you can... Zeus is already likable. You can write a likable Zeus and still keep him true to Zeus and, like, not affecting round 2 at all. Mainly because, like, it's such a younger Zeus, so it's basically a different character in, like, how his personality stuff is. I could see a Tesla spin-off centered around his rival with Edison and ending with them bonding. That would be fun. I quite like that. Leonidas and Apollo could get the spin-off they would fit the best for it. Oh, yeah. We see so little of Leonidas in his flashback, and it's only the final battle. So I think you could do a really cool Leonidas spin-off of him throughout his life. And Apollo, again, we only got glimpses of Apollo's life, but Apollo had... If we got, like, a spin-off of him mastering archery, poetry, and all this, and becoming the gods of them, but then along the ways, like, he has to go train from Chiron or something with archery or something like that, I mean, that could be really cool. Where are we up to? Brock Tackett. Round needs to pick up next chapter. Has been hyped up enough. Yeah, I feel like this chapter we got out we got some of the fundamentals out of the way. We got a weapon reveal. We got the spectator reveal. Those are kind of stuff that kind of need to happen at the beginning of matches. But I feel next chapter we're gonna like get really. Actually, no. I say next chapter we're probably really going to get into the action, but I do have a feeling next chapter will probably be a flashback chapter. Like, generally, the flow of fights, generally, you have the first exchange, like we had this chapter, and then we get a flashback. So I'd probably bet on a flashback next chapter. But, you know, it could just be fighting. To reference my biggest hyperfixation, Mortal Kombat, he's like Bi-Han. He's a tragic character, but he's also undeniably a piece of shit. Yeah, I think that makes sense, yeah. Like, you can be... I guess my thing is, you can be a really good character, and you can also be a piece of shit. They don't need to be likable. You don't need to make them likable in, like, a moral sense. Okuta is just a fusion of Zoro and Luffy, a master swordsman that can make himself strong by increasing his blood flow. Yep, you're not wrong there. If we can add him doing some simping, then we can get him to be Sanji as well. What's your thoughts on Koga getting trained by Shen? People hate it for some reason. Personally, I like it because I like Koga. I don't mind it at all. Shen obviously isn't this big bad villain that we thought he was at the time, so I don't mind it at all. I don't think Shen's going to be the final antagonist of Omega or anything like that, so I don't mind it. People obviously just have the issue of Koga being a bit of a... I wouldn't call him a Gary Stu, but people call him a Gary Stu mainly because he comes in and he's just got really strong throughout the story. And I guess it's different because, like, when Oma showed up at the beginning of Ashura, he was still already very, very strong. And he obviously gets a lot stronger over the tournament. But he starts in a much higher place than Koga did. And because we're coming in, when we've already had a pre-established tournament and we've seen all the powerhouses of the verse, having Koga, quite an average person, grow so strong so fast, I can understand why it annoys people. But I like Koga a lot, so I don't really mind. When authors write things in black and white, I think it works the best when they do black and white morality. Yeah. Ragnarok's morality, as I said in Monday's video, I don't think is particularly... It's nuanced. It's not nuanced when it comes to the overall storytelling, if that makes sense. But in certain flashbacks, I think the morality comes in. But I think morality as a whole isn't a big aspect of Ragnarok. It's just not that big of a big aspect of how the storytelling is. That's why the Lubu spin-off didn't really change his character. He just fights people and goes to Rome for a while. Yes, Lubu spin-off is great because Lubu is just going off doing Lubu things. But the difference is that Lubu is already Lubu is likable to start with. He's a protagonist we want to root for. Like, you want to root for Lubu to begin with because Lubu's quite a cool guy. And a lot of the people he ends up fighting are kind of pieces of shit. The issue with Poseidon, though, is Poseidon is a piece of shit. So the people we see Poseidon like fighting, killing in his spin-off probably aren't going to be bigger arseholes than him. They're probably going to be nicer guys that we actually like. And I think that's kind of the line you've got to tread here, where with Lubu, you can make the people he fights be some of them just be arseholes, and it's fine. But you can't really do that Poseidon. Uh, One Piece fans look at power-ups where one's heartbeat speeds up and not call it Gear Second him challenge impossible. Sonny, he didn't even train him, he just told him to work out. Actually, yeah, he trains Oma more than he trains Koga. Yeah, that's quite funny, yeah. But I guess that kind of... I guess, like I've been saying for a while now, that, like, oh, Koga will beat Shen by learning the principles that Shen's going on about. And it turns out I was wrong. He tells Koga to hit the gym, and he tells Oma to learn the principles. It was stated we're going back to Odin versus Buddha and Beelzebub. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that stuff. Yeah, we need to see how that runs out. That's going to be interesting. So really, Surly, what other forms use blood flow? Yeah, so Surly, you better answer that. Oh no, isn't it Surly the Surly? It's Surly the Surly. I do remember that now. It's Surly the Surly. Blood flow. You got to answer that, but I'm pretty sure there are more, but I just can't think of them. I'm pretty sure there are more in fiction, but Shen is the opposite of Yujiro. Yeah, Shen is. Yeah, because Shen was really just has obviously constantly be compared to Yujiro, but like he is such a different character. To bring up, what's your thoughts on seeing Hephaestus? I am so happy Hephaestus is here. I think I mentioned it last stream, or I mentioned it a lot. Hephaestus is like one of the gods that I feel should have been in the series from the beginning, because in theory I was only assumption they were the one who'd been forging all the divine weapons, which could still be true. But yeah, I'm just really happy to see them. Because it's Hephaestus, it's another one of the 12 gods of Olympus. Though, when we saw his title box, it didn't call him one of the 12 Olympians, which is weird, because usually when we see them, we get that. And it raises just the even, like, it's so confusing who the 13 Olympians are in verse, because it's not consistent with actual mythology. Because we have Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Adamus, Apollo, Ares, and Hermes. They're the 7 that are like on panel stated to be some of the Olympians. Who the hell are the other ones? It doesn't seem Artemis is one, so I don't think Artemis is one. Hephaestus isn't labelled as one, so is Hephaestus not one of them? Is Dionysus one of them? Is Hestia one of them? Like, it's really, really unclear who actually is one of the two, which are Olympians and which aren't. So I just find that funny. He actually respected Dogvodo as a fighter. Yeah. I'm not saying like he, like, every antagonist in the Lubu spin-off is like someone he dislikes. It's just more like it isn't just like it's either like noble warriors that are happy to die in battle against him, or you've got like that piece of shit who was just like eating horses. Whereas in the Poseidon spin-off, I don't think you can get the same effect. Also, Ruki going to learn the Long Clan style is not a one-off thing for Mukaku. Yeah, I'm glad the Long Clan thing's come back, because it felt a little random at the time. Especially with like Mukaku would like learn like 3 different styles, but he didn't actually know the styles, and like stuff like that. Anime Master, Kaioken Dragon Ball, Advanced from Kengan, Gate of Death from Naruto. It's fairly, yeah, that's true. It's just fancy adrenaline rushes, which can cause heart conditions. Yeah, but I think One Piece is just popular, that's why it comes to it. Abudi is home, great to see you. How's the train? Lots of the rounds after round 6 are similar to the rounds 1 to 5. Round 7 is similar to round 2. Yeah, I can see that. Round 2 and round is similar to round 2. Round 8 is similar to round 4. Yeah, I guess round 4 is almost like they're like reverse of each other. And round 9 is similar to round 9 is similar to round 3. Yeah, actually, round 9 is kind of like, that's a good observation, actually. Hephaestus is just a random dude. Yeah, Hephaestus is just a dude. It is quite funny. I bet it's not a coincidence that he was with the blacksmiths and not the Greeks. Yeah. Who the hell are the Olympians then? Because like, if we're crossing out Hephaestus and we're crossing out Artemis, then we don't have enough. Actually, do we have? We might have just enough. If every because who's missing? There's Wait. Is Aphrodite named? No, I think Aphrodite's named as one of the 13 Olympians, right? I don't know. I don't bloody know. And it's probably never going to get answered. So I don't know. Hoping we see Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi chilling. If we got the Shinto blacksmith god, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi. It'd be really, really weird if we didn't. I remember learning there's some interpretations of Greek mythology where Dionysus is actually a primordial that Zeus drained the power of and turned into a amnesiac lesser deity or something. I've never heard that, but that is really cool. Train ride was good, but my stomach was fucked up. I don't do good in the winter. Well, Abudi, I hope your stomach does better. That's funny. I doubt I'm the first one who thought this, but a Poseidon spin-off can focus on why he thinks the way he does. He didn't beat Kronos like Zeus, so where did he get his ego from? If we're doing a Poseidon backstory spin-off, I think that would be really cool. Based on the spin-offs we've had so far, none of them do like substantial character work, so I don't know if we would see that, and I don't know if I trust the author, because who writes the spin-offs are written by different people, right? I think, or are they not? I don't know who writes spin-offs. If spin-offs are written by different people, I wouldn't trust them to, but if not, that could be cool. So where are you at with the fan round? With the fan rounds, round 1 is like completely written now. Well, that's completely written. Round 2, I've got I've got it bullet pointed. I'm fleshing it out. I think the first video, the April Fool's video, will probably only be the first 3 rounds, just because it's really long at the moment. But I think it's coming along well, and hopefully should be a good video. Though I've got like a month to get this done now, so I really need to get a move on. Sonu, did you read Under the Luck latest chapters? I did. It was a hype chapter. This current fight is so cool. It does make me question. Anyway, I'm not. Everything I say out of context shouldn't make any sense. So I'm not spoiling people here. Don't worry. It's a bit weird that the current Uma they're fighting is the master of like all of those things, because Uma insect and Uma crab are a thing, and like even if we're going by like obviously if we're going by the I don't want to spoil thing. I just find it weird an octopus counts, but like a crab and an insect wouldn't. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I think the current arc is really cool, but I'm most excited for the next arc, because the next Uma they've got to fight in the current quests. I'm so excited because I think a certain character is going to be instrumental, and that may be one of my favorite characters. Maybe there was a scandal with Hephaestus and Aphrodite where Hephaestus was demoted. God, bloody even. So yeah, if we get some like mythology accurate Aphrodite and Hephaestus shit, that'd be hilarious. Hades spin-off is number 1 vote. Hades and Nostradamus and Beelzebub Slice of Life. Hades spin-off would be really fun. I think you could do a really good one, because Hades again is quite a likable character, so you can write him. It's quite easy to write him. But Beelzebub and Nostradamus spin-off would be hilarious. Is the only correct answer. Were Hades or Heracles confirmed to be members of the Olympians? Heracles isn't, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure he isn't. Hades is, which is weird, because in actual Greek mythology, Hades is very rarely one of the Olympians. He usually isn't one of them. He's just something separate. Yeah, that's separate. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. Is Heracles? Let me check. I'm sure the wiki won't lie to me. It might do. I'm almost certain Hades is one. Is he one of the 12 Olympians? Watch him be one, and then according to the wiki, he isn't. So I'm gonna go with he isn't. I'm pretty sure. I was pretty sure he wasn't. And who was the other one? Hades. I'm almost certain Hades is one of the 12, one of the Olympians in verse. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, the wiki actually lists them. Okay, cool. Okay, according to the wiki, which we all know is 100% accurate, the members of the 13 Olympians are Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, Apollo, Hermes, Ares, Aphrodite, Adamus, and they're counting Hera and Artemis here. I'm not sure where that's coming from, because I'm almost certain neither of them have been confirmed. Like, they're referenced by Zeus and Apollo in their attacks, but I'm pretty sure neither are confirmed to actually exist. They've also got Hephaestus listed here, so I'm not sure how accurate the wiki is, because that is never stated in this chapter. So I don't know about that, but that's what the wiki says. The record of Ragnarok mythology is a clusterfuck. Yeah, it really bloody is. I'm excited. Oh, I was rereading the chapter. What chapter would it have been? It would have been 85. Yeah, 85. I was rereading chapter 85. Back when Buddha's talking to Odin. And something that I completely missed was when he talks about people being sent down to Helheim. Tartarus. Tartarus, sorry. Where he's... Or was it? No, is it Helheim or Tartarus? It's Helheim. I think he just references Helheim in general. He mentions that the crimes that get you locked up there is such as killing one of the chief gods. And that means that's happened before, which is really cool because that really makes me on board with the theories that Osiris was killed and he was like the Egyptian pantheon god, and so Anubis is like his successor. I really like that idea and I'm running with that because I want to think that's foreshadowing that in someone's backstory a chief god will have died. But you know, it could just be me just what's the word? Just speculating for the sake of it. Beast came out of nowhere and dumped Law and getting his ass whooped. Yeah, the extra law added in the fight was really cool. I don't want to say any of it because I don't want to spoil anyone on the stream, but like we got some really cool world building. Okuta confirmed to be a user of the advance, given how he's pumping blood 3 times as fast. Seth, how is the round 1 of the fan roster is going? Yeah, as I said a minute ago, it's going well. We've got it's all written. It's all written in script form. And I'm working on round 2 at the moment. Okuta is going to pull up Ironbreaker and Nico style over Susanoo. Is Susanoo called the first swordsman or the strongest swordsman? Susanoo is called the originator of swordsmanship. So, yeah, first swordsman. As far as I'm aware, he's never been called the strongest swordsman. Like, obviously, Sasaki's called the strongest sorcerer, the strongest swordsman in human history. But obviously, that wouldn't include gods. But yeah, Siegfried is in Tartarus right now. Yeah, Susanoo versus Mihawk, who wins? Probably Susanoo, just because if Ragnarok has some pretty mads. If Zeus can like surpass time in his fights, I think just the general verse scales a bit higher than One Piece does. If I'm being honest with you. Skeletal Rose, yes, another person agrees with my Osiris Anubis theory. Yeah, I do like that theory. I think that's a cool theory. Susanoo cosplay is going to look amazing if someone is tall and shredded enough. If you saw his panel getting his stance ready, bro is effing ripped. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do a Susanoo cosplay myself. I know, sacrilegious. I might not be doing a round 10 cosplay, even though I've done a round 7, a round 8, and 2 round 9 cosplays. I don't think I'll be doing one, but I really like to see someone do a Susanoo cosplay. Seth, we should put Mulan in the stands for the Chinese fighter for the fan roster. Okay, we will put Mulan in the stands then. Fair enough. It's... Okay, yeah, cool. I will note that down. That'll be in the next fan roster. Yeah, they're playing next fan roster. Oh yeah, I can't forget. Next stream after this will be the what was it? Anime character fan roster. So we will get on that soon. Hopefully the webcam will be fixed by then. Although maybe you guys prefer not to see my ugly mug. Who knows? Okuta's style is awesome to watch, and the way they're using the environment is badass. Yeah, that's a big thing I really like about this round is because we're getting another proper environmental stage, is they're just using it. Like, I didn't realize how much I missed Jack grappling hooking around until I saw Okuta running on some roofs. And by the end of the round, Kyoto will be demolished. Yeah, I really hope we see a panel of one of them just swinging their sword and just chopping all the buildings in half or something. Sonu, do you read Sakamoto Days? Yes, I do read Sakamoto Days, and it's pretty hype at the moment. Where's Sakamoto Days anime though? Why have we not got an anime announcement for it yet? Let's get on that. But yeah, Sakamoto Days is great because I remember when Chapter 1 dropped, and it was it was a really nice series, and then just over time, it's become more and more popular. And I'm sure when the anime drops, it very well could hit the kind of mainstream popular animes, popular seasonals that I was hoping Undead Unluck would be last season, and it didn't happen. But I guess like solo leveling this season, that type of like hype seasonal, I kind of hope that's what it gets to be. Hannibal's round audience will be his army and his father. Hannibal's audience will also be his elephants, the ones that like he's famous for getting elephants over the Alps, but nearly every single one of them died in the Alps, so he didn't really get many over. Also, I'm a sucker for Okita inspired characters. Watching the free stage Frost will never not be good. Yeah, free stage for what it is, just stabbing 3 times. It's a really, really cool move. Sorry about that. If he's the first swordsman, then how did the Smiths know where the sword is? Don't worry about it. No, I assume he's... Well, we don't know how... Like, considering Zeus... What if Zeus was around before the Big Bang? We know that's a thing, because he said, this is the most fun we've had since the Big Bang. So I'm under the assumption the gods have been around way longer than humanity. So I'm pretty sure Susanoo was swinging swords around as a sword god well before humanity ever, like, forged their first sword. That's what I'm going with. As for Xingyu audience, his childhood friend and his clan, and Hangzi, I'm glad Xingyu isn't within the first 3 rounds then, because that's a lot more stuff I have to write. Okita Soji faster than Poseidon according to the top character in the verse Ares. I've argued with people. I don't think it's like, if we're being like very serious, I don't think that him disappearing from Ares is like conclusive that he is faster than Poseidon, but it is evidence you can use. And because I'm a gendering here and I want Poseidon going down, I'm all for it. I'm gonna put Mori Jin in the roster. Poseidon getting power crept is incredible. Yeah, he deserves it. Getting power crept, he needs it. I mean, I'm still like, I don't know what the general consensus is here, but like, what is it? It's either Poseidon, Beelzebub, or Thor, like the three gods that everyone argues about who is the second strongest god behind Zeus. I guess Odin might be as well, but like we have no feats for him. Personally, I'm Thor. I think Thor's the second strongest god we've seen, but like I can see why people say the other two. The fight starts and Okita blitzes Poseidon. Well, if the fight, the fight will start, and as Poseidon won't like advance on his own in character. That's just not what he does. And since Okita just moves behind you, and Okita seems to be faster, Okita would move behind Poseidon and kill him. That's what would happen. That is conclusive canon. Undead Unlock, Mission, Yozuru Family, Sakamoto Days, my fave from Jump. All 3 are absolute top tier series. Undead Unlock's my fave. Like, I think currently, if we're talking about Jump, I think the best thing at Jump currently, like as a series, is probably One Piece. I think One Piece is the best thing in Jump at the moment. But if we're talking about like current arcs, like I like Egghead a lot, but if we're talking current arcs, Undead Unlock is by far my favorite manga currently. Like in terms of like reading week to week, is easily my favorite. But if we're talking my favorite series, I still prefer One Piece to Undead Unlock. But like I like JJK a lot as well, but Undead Unlock is better than JJK. I'm not afraid to say that. I think it's a much better series. Poseidon and his fans need to be humbled. He's carried by his looks. Shiva could be second. Shiva's definitely in contention. I think the issue, Shiva's really impressive. He just doesn't have any like really. He doesn't have the same insane feats that like for Beelzebub and Poseidon has. Like Poseidon has his speed feats, which I'm not as convinced on as some people are, but some people think he's fastest in the verse or something. Nonsense like that. Thor has like continent destroying feats, like that's stated. Also, depending on how big you think your manta is in verse, he also killed that. So he's an absolute powerhouse in terms of raw power. He's also called the strongest Nord, which, you know, there's a lot of things for him. Shiva, I'd like to think is on par with these kind of guys, but like there's just not that many good feats for him. One Piece is mad right now, to be honest. Yeah, One Piece is just the Luffy show at the moment. Have Sanji walk in, get an absolute badass entrance, and then next chapter just be running away. or Zoro, fighting Lucci for like 7 chapters. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Wings of the Pirate King. The current Chainsaw Man arc is absurd. Oh yeah, Chainsaw Man is so good at the moment. Technically, it isn't shown in Jump though. It's the other one. It got moved out of Jump, so yeah, it doesn't count. But yeah, the last chapter of Chainsaw Man was just insane. Chainsaw Man like had a little bit of a dip in quality, in my opinion, around the Falling arc. But I do have to realise that with Chainsaw Man, a lot of stuff seems kind of pointless and like not as good when you're reading it weekly. But then when you get to the end of the series and look back and reread, pretty much everything's important and really good. So I'm sure in retrospect the Falling arc's going to be really cool. But yeah, the current arc is just amazing. Who do you dislike the most in Record of Ragnarok? For me, it's Zeus and Adam. I just don't like them. I know you've got your weird... Well, not weird. You're completely entitled to your opinion. You've got your unpopular round 2 opinions. For me, the character I dislike the most. If we're talking disliking, like, as a... Like, I dislike Poseidon a lot as a person, but I really like him as a character. But if we're talking, like, the characters I just don't like that much... I don't know. Oh, well, that's a hard one, actually. It's not really... out of, like, the main fighters, there's none I really dislike. That's a really hard one, actually. Ooh. It might be Lu Bu, only because he... but I do like Lu Bu. It's just, I think he's probably my least favourite, just because there's not much... There's not much to him, because it's round 1. And I got my 4 agenda, so I like 4 a little bit more. I don't know. That's a hard one, actually. That's very hard. There's not any I massively dislike. Susanoo multiple sword style will be both offensive and defensive technique. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty insane technique. What do you mean Shiva doesn't have insane feats? Didn't you see how he kicked Raiden? Yeah. It's impressive, but like Raiden himself isn't like he's nearly everything he does is relative to Raiden, and Raiden again doesn't have particularly good feats. And by that I mean Ragnarok looks really difficult to scale because fighters only fight each other. So you kind of just have to rely on like some of these like statements and shit. I think power scaling Ragnarok in general is really difficult and really like a lot of the time you're never really going to get a good answer because there's a lot of stuff inconsistent. I just think there's better arguments for Beelzebub. Beelzebub has chaos. He has his shield that's like really like incredibly like pretty much impregnable. Poseidon's got just his insane speed, and Thor's got, his constant destroying stuff, and I just don't think Shiva has anything on par with that. However, if you want to use the statement Heimdall says that he can destroy the worlds on a whim, then yeah, maybe he is. Yeah, actually, I don't know why Shiva's never brought into the conversation. You never see Shiva in conversation with Second Strongest God. I'm not entirely sure why. One knows the Norse Justice God in round 1 is the son of Balder. Oh god, yeah, I forget about the goddamn Justice God, the one with the glasses. Yeah, he's so weird. I hate Poseidon because he's a scumbag. When Saki died, I was screaming, almost woke my family up. Yeah, I hate Poseidon as a person, but I love him as a character. I think he's a really, really well-written character. He's perfect for round 3. But like he as himself is a piece of shit. Flood. I dislike Zero a little. Oh my god, pause. Zero's innocent child. Zero's a victim. We got to protect Zero. Beelzebub is a follower of Hades or Lucifer. There's no way he's above Hades. It goes against the law. I think Beelzebub before getting Chaos, I think was definitely weaker than Hades. I think with Chaos, and it's implied he got stronger since he fought Hades, I think he can be stronger. Hades just doesn't have many good feats. That's sadly what it comes down to. Hades has a lot of narrative hype, basically. Sully, I think you missed. I was making a pun. Oh shit! Where'd you make a pun? Oh, for god damn it! We're not bringing weird feet fetish stuff into the stream. Shiva getting violated by Raiden for most of the fight just made him look sad. Zorofuku's one of, if not my favourite character. Zorofuku, he's just sad. You just feel sorry for the guy. I'm gonna have to end stream soon. I know it's only been an hour, but as I said earlier in stream, I do still have to work after stream. My schedule just kind of ended up like this. So if you haven't got any last questions, get them in now because I am gonna have to end up fairly soon. I do apologise for the short stream, but it is what it is. Hades is the mega meme of Record Ragnarok. He's potential man. Yeah, Hades potential man. Besides naming his final attack after 3 women that he violated in Minecraft is wild. For 32 bads in Myth, he is actually a cool god instead of this short glasses annoying punk. Yeah, he's a piece. He's just annoying in round 1. No, I didn't mean it like that. Since Adam and Lucifer are typically connected in religion, we might see more of him in an Adam spin-off. That would be cool. I don't know if Adam will necessarily be a character we get a spin-off for. And then I don't know if I necessarily want one, just because Adam is like... I mean, there's a certain someone in the stream who will disagree with this point, I'm sure. But I think Adam is one of, if not the best written character in the series. And I don't really want him touched again, because I don't want anything ruining his character for me. But that's just me. Just like how people call punching skill throwing hands. Yeah, I got what you mean, but it's funny to bring the feet stuff into it. Loki naming his attacks after the horse he fancied. The horse is back, guys. The horse is in stream. This is absolutely great. I loved when they used the 3 sacred treasures of Japanese lore and seeing Susanoo use the Kusanagi. Yeah, it's cool. I don't think we're going to see the other 2, sadly, but yeah, it's cool bringing that into it. I think a lot of us predicted that's what his sword would be, but it's really cool to see. Wouldn't be surprised if Loki did that, lol. No, we're not bringing the horse back into chat. We had enough of that the other day. 4 spin-off should be him getting married to a giant to get back his amp. No, we're not doing cross-dressing 4. That's why he never talks about anyone, because they all know he cross-dressed. Oh my god. We can't end stream without letting the cat out. Abudi, you missed it. The cat did go out and the cat came back in. You couldn't see it because the camera's off, but... yeah, the cat did go in and out. I'm sorry to say you missed it. But yeah, we'll probably end the stream on that bombshell of the cat. Glad everyone enjoyed the chapter. Glad we got some power scaling done and we didn't escape foot fetish stuff and horse stuff. So I'll probably be ending stream here, guys. Thank you all for joining, and I will try stream either next week or the week after where we'll get the anime character fan roster in. So I will see you guys then. Thank you for being on the stream. Again, sorry about the camera. Just is what it is. For my... oh, god damn it. Last 2 questions. God damn it. For my interrupt the off-screen Odin fight. I would like that. I'd like to see 4 do some stuff. And no, I missed the interim. You've missed the interim and the stream is now ending.